I'm gonna apologize in advance, guys. I got planes, I got drills, I got it all happening here at the HQ today, but I'm gonna smash through this video. In today's episode, I'm gonna show you 5 ways on how you can get people admiring the way you skip. I started this channel 4 years ago to help the world fly like bosses. So if you haven't already, do smash that subscribe button and join the fastest growing fitness community in the world. And yeah, we're gonna get it as always. So I'm gonna go straight into this video. I've got 5 killer tips to make sure that people do not take their eyes off you in the gym, outdoors, wherever you decide to use this thing. Let's go. So number 1 is the need for speed. Now, a lot of beginners have this need for speed, and it's something that I did as well in the beginning days, which is you just want to do everything as quick as possible because that's what's going to make you such a great skipper. The answer is that is not what's going to make you a great jump roper skipper. It's not going to give you guys those fluid combinations, and if you want people to admire the way you skip, you really need to focus on effortless movement. So I'm going to give you a quick example of this. I'm going to show you the double under, guys. Now, this is what beginners love to do. They love to do double unders as quick as possible, and it just looks kind of all over the place, a little bit awkward. And I'm going to show you my version of the double under, which is a lot more controlled, a lot more effortless, and it's going to really show people that you really can master this thing. So here is the kind of beginner look. You're going to go into double unders, straight away tripping up. That's a very typical look for beginner for me. But when you do learn to master the rope, you then go into a more controlled movement, as opposed to going really rapid, really quick, and most of the time tripping up. So that's point number 1, guys. Really focus on effortless movement, making the easy things look hard and the difficult things look easy. So point number 2 is all about balance, timing, aka footwork, and tricks. Now, every single beginner out there loves to do tricks. Everyone who picks up a skipping rope is always down to do tricks and try and show it off in the gym as well, here and there. But I want to give you guys this little thought, right? So if it's the tricks that gets heads turning and watching you skip, it's actually going to be the footwork, your balance, and your coordination which keeps their eyes on you. Now, this is a kind of motto that I've always lived by, like I always said in all my channels, and that is footwork is king, guys. And I want you to really focus in on this. And if you want people to admire you wherever you skip, you really need to get your footwork down to a T. So I'm going to show you a few kind of examples of what beginners might do when they try and go too fast with the footwork, when they look a little bit uncoordinated, versus someone who's very masterful with the rope. So this is how the beginner would look when they're doing their footwork drills. They would try and do really quick, the timing's off, or they would look really out of shape, out of sorts, kind of awkward, as opposed to someone who's a little bit more fluid with the rope, more composed, use a lot of boxer step, always light on their feet, on their toes, mixing it up with a lot of balance and overall coordination. The boxer step with a crossover is a really nice move as well. It's just about how you guys tie in your footwork, what kind of drills you use. I've got a ton of tutorials on this. We don't need to go into it today. These are just quick points to get you guys thinking of how you can keep those eyes on you. Right, point number 3 is staying dedicated to the cause. Now, what I mean by this is simple, guys. It's something that I've learned from my experience. When I used to be in the gym and I first started out, I used to get really frustrated when I couldn't kind of unlock a move, or when I couldn't unlock this combination. I used to get really frustrated sometimes. And it was only when I started to really hone in on what I was doing, stay in the zone. When I used to mess up, I didn't care what people thought. When I used to slap myself, I didn't care what people thought. I used to just stay dedicated, I used to stay true to my patterns, my combinations. I used to make sure I was there until I got it right and didn't care what other people thought. And that is what I feel like a lot of beginners do. They feel, I guess, that loads of eyes are on them, or they're embarrassing themselves. Really need to get out of that habit, guys. If you want people to admire you in the gym, show that grit, that determination, show them that you're messing up and that you're going to stay there until you get it right. And when you do stay there and get it right, and if that same person has been watching you for the last half an hour, 45 minutes, I've had like situations where people have come up to me and said, wow, I've just seen you get smacked left, right and center, backside your head, everything, and you've just nailed that real cool move. How are you like learning to do these moves, where you're picking it up from, etc. And I've just had some great conversation starters. That's why this 3rd point is all about staying dedicated to the cause, guys. Beginners who are picking up this thing for the first time, you're going to get frustrated. Just stay true, stick to your patterns, and you're going to get a lot of people admiring your work right in front of their eyes. They're going to see the dedication it takes, the time it takes, and the patience. to really unlock this bad boy. So point number 4 is all about respect. First of all, you're gonna respect this, you're gonna respect yourself, and you're gonna respect everyone around you, whether it be in the gym, in the park, or in the public. If you want people to admire you, you really need to show that you are dedicated to this in a certain way, that you don't really disrespect it. Like, you're not gonna start throwing ropes around when there's people around you. You're not gonna be showing off. Like, there's people out there who feel like they are doing so many cool tricks, yet they're very awkward, like I mentioned in point number 1, and they're just trying to show off in front of people. This is not what's going to get people to admire you guys. Like I said, you want people to admire your skill levels, your masterfulness, how you treat this thing. So when it comes to training, feel like there's no one around you to show off to. If you're doing rope releases and things like that, be mindful of people around you. Again, if you're going to do moves or tricks that require motion, where you have to move around the gym, again, be mindful of people around you. Don't make them feel uncomfortable. Remember, we're trying to grow this community. We don't want people to get pissed off with us and feel like we are just invading space and we're just being kind of insensitive. So final point, guys, this is a discussion point for me. Like, I want to share something with you and I want you to really get involved in the comments below. But I've had experiences over the last 3 or 4 years when I've been in the gym and I've been skipping, and I can feel like the person next to me who is skipping as well, or learning to skip or doing their training session, they feel a little bit uncomfortable. They feel uncomfortable seeing me at a kind of different level to them, maybe advanced obviously, and they're just starting out, and they feel a little bit embarrassed to come and talk to me. At the same time, I feel a little bit kind of, I don't want to disturb them. I don't want to come across as though, okay, hello mate, I'm the jump rope coach, I'm going to help you today. I just kind of maybe sometimes wait for them to come and talk to me. I don't know if you guys have had this experience, but if you want people to kind of admire the way you are in the gym, just maybe don't patronize people. If you feel like you're better than this person next to you, don't maybe go up to them and say, oh, hey mate, like, you know, you're doing this wrong. This is what you should be doing. And I'm sure a lot of you aren't doing this, but these are the points that I wanted to bring up today. I'd really just kind of wait for them to come up to me and say, hey mate, like, that's a cool move you're doing there, or I'm trying this move. Can you help me? Can you give me some pointers? And then I'll kind of mention, you know, what I do. Sometimes they ask me what rope I'm using, and then I'll mention what I do. But generally, let me know what happens to you guys when you're in the gym and you get kind of strangers come up to you, or if you have people next to you. How do you feel like when you are busting out some crazy moves and they're really struggling? Do you kind of go up to them? What do you say? I'd love to know. And like I've always said, guys, this is all about building the community, being positive. I feel like we do have one of the most positive fitness communities out there. So when you are in the gym, like, yeah, I think we should feel free to talk to others who are skipping, lend them a hand, give them a pointer, but just be mindful that you're not really doing it in a way where you patronize them or feel like, you know, you're just making them feel like shit, basically, that you are just sick and they're just starting out and they've just got no clue. We don't want to talk to them like that. And I'm sure you're not. Right guys, so that about wraps up today's video. I'm gonna make a move because it's about to chuck it down right now. It is super cloudy and about to rain. But before I go, do remember that tomorrow we go live at 4 p.m. UK time on our website, rushathletics.co.uk. We're about to release our Sky Royalty apparel lineup for men and women. The most epic jump rope, cardio, fitness apparel you're about to see being dropped on the world. It's going to be super incredible, guys, and I'd love to see you there. I'm going to leave you a discount code today. It's going to be Royalty10. Use Royalty10 from 4 p.m. tomorrow, and that's going to give you 10% off everything. That's ropes, legacy ropes, apparel, shorts, joggers, hoodies, everything. So that's just for being such incredible supporters for me, for putting up with all the noise that goes on, all the planes, all the birds, all the drilling and everything else, and just for supporting this movement with me and helping me grow it across the world. So guys, without further ado, I'm going to see you tomorrow for that launch. So take care of yourself, skip the treadmill, stay safe. Peace.